Hello, I'm Bushra, and welcome to the Week 7 reflection on the course. So basically, this course was very interesting, very informing. I liked how instructional design is becoming a standard in this time, especially when we're thinking about instructional design for a learning system that's working by itself. It's kind of something like this delivered online, and students would have to visit that learning resource and be able to follow and learn the lesson and make sure they absorb enough information. It's a little bit more challenging than when you're in a room and you see that person and you're able to get a little more input on if they understood or not. So this course was really helpful. It was a nice way to really focus on the learner and not just on the learning material and the content. And how we kind of went full circle looking at the learner, the material, the learner with the material, how they could learn effectively and how they could kind of bond with that information and pick up as much info as possible. One of my favorite portions of the course was when we did testing. Testing was really informative to me because, I thought as teachers, we kind of can predict that, hey, the material is clear. When the student comes in, this is what they're going to read and they're going to understand it. But looking at, for example, my husband, which did not, whom, not which, but whom did not use, he's an engineer, he didn't use Photoshop, he's very technical. So when he went through the learning experience by himself and narrated what he said, I learned a lot about how certain things were kind of maybe a little bit too, the wording was a little bit too technical. He gave a lot of good insights. Also, the department head went very deep and explained things like, hey, some things were likes, some were dislikes that he said, this wasn't very good, or in my opinion, it's not too good. And some were suggestions, which I found are very interesting. I even labeled some of them as food for thought. I tried to highlight in yellow the areas that I felt were most helpful. So a great course, and it tied for me, it tied the way I teach online, which is kind of with Moodle and Adobe Connect. Assignments and lessons are in different places. So what I learned here really is going to help me do a better job teaching and understand the student a little better. And here's the second version of my course. I even tried to make this of that lesson we did to make it more clear, to make the information good, and even the assessments. I rethought the assessments themselves. I changed them and tried to make them in a way that reflects the knowledge that the student picked up when they learned their lesson. Especially in our lesson plans, we would integrate both what we teach in class and what they're going to do and learn on their own. So thank you for a great course, Jessica, and I hope all the students enjoyed it as much as I did.